Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well out there and enjoying your Tuesday. It is Tuesday, y'all. So hopefully you guys are doing something amazing today, making it dope, kicking the day in the butt, and all of that goodness. You know what I'm saying? Man, we only have a few more days, and then it's going to be officially the end of the year. I don't know about you guys, but I am looking forward to seeing this year end in the best way possible, because I'm ready for a new year. I'm ready to kick the new year in the butt, make it scream my name, and say, this year is yours. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that. Real talk. But we got a few things to talk about today. We got a few things. A very few. But the thing is that, it's the year is starting to end. People are getting ready to, still spending time with their families. Some people are still in line at the whatever department stores or malls that you were at buying stuff or buying those things. Now you're going and returning them or trying to exchange them for a smaller fit or a larger fit, or it ain't working. You see what I'm saying? So you're trying to exchange those gifts or get a gift credit so you can use it to buy whatever the hell you want and all that stuff. So, a lot of us are busy right now. Real talk. A lot of us are busy right now. But hey, 'tis the season. You know what I mean? 'Tis the season. But anyway, guys, do me a favor before we get started. And this one's kind of our first start. Our top story today is not like the happiest of stories. Okay, I'm going to be real. It's not, right? And I was hoping to start off with some other things that are a little bit more on the fun side and whatnot. And unfortunately, that's not the case right now. But it's something that I've been sitting on for a while. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. And so there's been some developing information that has just cracked off last night or, yesterday afternoon. So we got to talk about it because now we have more information, which is good. So we are going to be talking about this young girl by the name of Valentina, a 14-year-old girl that was killed by a cop's stray bullet. And yes, there's just like I said, it's a sad story, but we need to talk about it and take a look at it. And then we got another thing called the Delta Karen. No, it's not. It's not a variant. It really is something that happened on a Delta flight that we need to see for ourselves. It's absolutely nuts. So we're going to be looking at that. Like I said, today's show is a little bit shorter. This is our last show, roughly last show of the year. Maybe it's the second to last. It's maybe the penultimate, second to last show of this year. But, we got to talk. And you never know. I might be doing a year in review type of thing. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, or if I'm just going to enjoy some time off, right? Eat good, sleep good, and get some much needed rest. I don't know yet, but we're still thinking about it. David will be joining us a little bit later. So before we get going, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Nat A, thank you so much for being a family member for the past 5 months. She says, happy holidays, fam. Yes, thank you so much. And happy holidays to you too and to your fam. Okay, so be sure to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit and crush that subscribe button. Like I always say, it'd be really great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. And also, we're getting to that 50,000 subscriber mark. Yeah, we might not make it by the new year, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? 2022 is going to be going off. I'll just say that out loud right now. Be ready for 2022 because it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible for all of us. And that's how it should be. That's how we should be thinking. That's how we should be uh, um, manifesting, projecting positivity for the future. And the future gonna kick ass. I'm just gonna say it. The future gonna kick ass. And if you feel me, just type in an amen down below or hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you're not God loving, all right, it's okay. It's okay. All right. But definitely put in an amen or hell yeah or damn right in the comments section. We got to put the positivity out now, right? We got to start thinking those things now so that later on it just happens and we're like, exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I knew it was going to kick ass. No one's surprised here. Are you? Because I ain't. I've been saying this in my mind. Let's go. Okay, so we got to do a little bit of a left turn, guys. I'm so sorry. But we do. And these damn pop-ups. I need to figure out. Somebody needs to teach me how to get rid of these damn pop-ups all the damn time. Anyway, and that's another thing to worry about. Something that will be fixed in 2022. Shabam. I don't know. I'm just making up words, making up sounds because I feel like it today. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now this is not such a great story. Okay, this happened in a Burlington coat factory, and it's sad. Okay, so her name is Valentina. Okay, so Valentina, she's a 14-year-old girl, was killed by a cop's stray bullet that hit her in the chest while she was in a Burlington coat factory dressing room. And she was trying on a quinceañera dress. Now the coroner is ruling it as a homicide, and the cops are set to release the body cam, which they have already released the body cam yesterday. Her name is Valentina Orellana-Peralta. Orellana-Peralta. First time saying those words out loud. Okay, so Valentina Orellana-Peralta is 14 years old, and like I said, was shot and killed in a Burlington coat factory. And she was actually, they did not identify the child at first because obviously she was 14 years old. And of course, they wanted to make sure, they didn't want to put that information out there because she's a minor. But now they're saying that they have not identified the LAPD, the law enforcement officer, the Los Angeles police officer that actually pulled said trigger. She was struck by a bullet after the police shot Daniel Elena Lopez, who is 24, and a stray bullet went through the drywall of the dressing room. Now her death is now being ruled a homicide by gunshot wound by the LA Medical Examiner's Office. LAPD has already, because this is obviously a little old, has already released the body cam footage, which we're going to see a variation of it here in a second, okay? Now, they have, obviously, the coroner has ruled the 14-year-old girl's death a homicide after she was shot and killed by a stray bullet in the Burlington coat factory dressing room. Police are set to release the body cam footage, which they already have. She was shopping for a quinceañera dress with her mother at the store in North Hollywood when she was struck by a stray bullet by an unidentified Los Angeles cop. See, this is what is so interesting. We already know Valentina's face. There she is. We already know her name, right? We already know how old she is. But the LAPD cop that actually pulled the trigger, no one is saying anything yet. They haven't said anything yet. He is still, because you never know, maybe a female cop. They are still unidentified. Makes you wonder what's going on. right? It's a little strange. But of course, we all want justice for Valentina. But here it is, though. Let me just say this, and this is a great picture. She's a beautiful young woman, beautiful young girl, right? 14-year-old girl. How quickly we already know the name of the victim, but not the person that was standing behind the gun pulling the trigger. And it's, of course, it's one of LA's finest. And of course, they protect their own. But isn't it interesting how time and time again we hear these stories about members of the law enforcement constantly getting protected by their own? And instead of them going, okay, here's the name of this young girl, this innocent young girl that died. And maybe I'm saying quinceanera. I guess I'm saying it wrong. Somebody tell me how to pronounce it properly. Thank you, Kelly B. I'm sorry if I'm messing that up. But anyway, as I was saying, the important part is it's unfortunate, right? It's unfortunate that we have her face, her name, her information. We know everything about her. But then we look on the other side of things, and they haven't even put out the officer's name. The officer that actually shot or pulled the trigger, because it was a stray bullet. Now we do have some footage, okay? Because the body cam footage is fairly long, right? And they have cut it together, and there's a clip that I found that has like kind of cut it up. Quinceanera. Am I saying that right? Quinceanera. Hopefully you guys will give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if I'm still butchering the hell out of it, okay? So, quinceanera. Okay. So, as I was saying, it's unfortunate, right? Of course, they are trying to find justice for this young girl. So the officer was confronting Daniel Lopez at 24 after he allegedly assaulted a woman with a bike lock inside the store. And the unnamed officer, I'm sorry, that's the most important part. The unnamed officer shot him when the suspect was reportedly moving to attack another shopper. So this dude, Daniel Lopez, was running around with a bike lock, just savagely beating this woman with a bike lock. Now I think there was speculation that shots were being fired, that he had an actual gun, but he apparently did not have a gun, or if I'm correct, he wasn't shooting anybody. Let's just say that. He was beating people. He was swinging around a bike lock, savagely beating people with a bike lock. Peralta had been hiding inside the door's dressing room with her mom when one of the bullets fired at Lopez, killing him, went through the wall and killed her as well. The chaotic incident resulting in the death of an innocent child is tragic and devastating for everyone involved. I am profoundly sorry for the loss of this young girl's life, and I know there are no words that can relieve the unimaginable pain for the family. This is what Police Chief Michael Moore said on Thursday. And this is funny, this is crazy because this happened right around Christmas break. I was seeing people starting to post this on Twitter. Shout out to Infinite Content because he sent it to me as well on Twitter. And I was sitting there, even on Twitter, I was like, do we have the name of the child? Do we have the name of the little girl that was shot? And people were like, we still don't know anything as of yet. Still don't know everything as of yet. But still, It is a tragedy to think that you're hiding somewhere thinking that you're going to be out of harm's way, you and your child, and then all of a sudden your child is shot, fatally shot, while all you're doing is just hiding away, trying to find salvation, trying to find safety. And then, of course, a random stray bullet goes through a wall and hits your little girl. It's terrible. The shooting's being investigated by the California Department of Justice under Attorney General Rob Bonta. The woman who has been assaulted was taken to a hospital with moderate to serious injuries. She was filmed laying on a gurney with blood on her face. It's just absolutely heartbreaking, and I cannot find the words to comfort a mother and a family. But I will ensure them and the public and our people that we will conduct a complete and thorough investigation. Now, I'm wondering how thorough this investigation really gonna be. Reason why I ask this is because what's the name of the cop that pulled the trigger? That's just what I want to know. What is the name of the cop that actually pulled the trigger? I mean, here it is. A lot of this can be explained from the horse's mouth. Because I'm not automatically sitting here saying, oh, crucify this officer. No. But let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's hear what's going on. Let's get the facts. But the body cam footage says a lot, which we will be looking at here in a second. Okay? I wanted to show you guys a little news clip right quick.
We now know the name of the teenager accidentally shot and killed by an LAPD officer's bullet. Happened yesterday at a Burlington store in North Hollywood. KCAL9's Jasmine Field is live in North Hollywood with new details on the tragedy. And Jasmine, we understand you spoke with LAPD Chief Michael Moore today.
That I did in length too, Amy, and the police chief told me that it was one of his officers who fired at the suspect 3 times there on the second floor of this store. And one of those rounds hit and killed that 14-year-old girl. Now on Monday, he has ordered the release of police body cam video, 911 calls, and security cam footage of those chaotic moments.
Now, I just want you to know, this officer pulled that trigger 3 times. Now, did all 3 bullets go into the body of Lopez, or did they not?
Only some flowers and a candle in front of the doors at this Burlington store in North Hollywood marked the tragedy that unfolded here Thursday around noon.
It's pretty shocking.
LA City Police Chief Michael Moore says an innocent 14-year-old girl identified as Valentina Orellana-Peralta was shot and killed by one of his LAPD officers when that officer fired at a suspect on the second floor. Police say the suspect came into the store Thursday with a bike, and then when security guards confronted him, he started attacking customers, even breaking this window with a heavy-duty bike lock. Moore says customers thought they heard gunshots.
Then multiple reports came out via 911 that there was a shooting in progress, that patrons inside the store were fleeing, as well as others were attempting to shelter in place.
Moore says a group of officers went inside, and the shooting happened moments after finding one woman who had been attacked by the suspect. The 14-year-old girl was with her mom in a dressing room when Moore says one of the 3 rounds fired by the officer at the suspect went through the wall. The LA Times is reporting she was trying on dresses for her quinceañera.
Okay, so here it is. You have a cop, right, going in. They are speculating, right? They say that in the 911 calls, they're saying, oh my God, this man has a gun, so on and so forth. So I get it. A cop going to show up suited and booted, ready to go. But as soon as you see, I mean, of course, we're going to look at the body cam, or a little bit of the body cam footage, but as soon as you see the, ish hit the fan, right? as soon as you go in there and you see it's a bike lock. Yes, he is savagely beating a woman with a bike lock, and it's terrible. But are 3 shots necessary? Because here's the thing. 3 bullets. I mean, 1 bullet, let's just be real. 1 bullet could possibly stop a man from swinging a massive bike lock, right? It could. But 3 bullets? So those other 2 bullets, and we don't know which bullet, let's be real, we don't know which bullet was the one that went and, of course, was the fatal shot on Valentina. But it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Juanita, thank you so much for the love, and thank you so much for being a member for the past 7 months. I really do appreciate it. But it does make you wonder, if he just pulled the trigger once, would Valentina still be here? It's just something to think about.
24 hours after this, we're doing everything we can to gather as much, to be as transparent as possible. But in the midst of all that, we also recognize, again, there's nothing that can be done for this poor family except for us to express my sorrow, my apologies that this tragic outcome occurred.
Moore says the use of deadly force is always the last resort. Nubia Cisneros, a regular customer here, says this never should have happened.
They should have, taken care of it like differently. I mean, not, where everybody was in danger. I mean, it could have happened to my son.
Police have only recovered the bike lock used in the attack.
So they haven't found a gun. So that's basically what they're saying. They ain't found a gun yet. Here's the other thing, too. Just really quick. What about a taser? I'm not sitting here saying that tasers are always the best and that they always work or they're the best choice and all that stuff. But what about it? What about a taser? If you are a cop and you are showing up and you're seeing that this guy's just swinging a bike lock, right? If there's a way for you to tackle him, if you notice that he does not have a gun on him and it's just a bike lock, couldn't he have had this officer have other choices? Like I said, other options, pulling out the taser, pulling out the club, tackling him, wrestling him to the ground. Now, I know he's done some damage with this bike lock, but let's keep it real. Let's keep it straight funky here. It's not a gun. It's not a gun. So 3 shots, is it necessary? Could the unidentified cop, could they have had other options that would have still saved the store and kept other people alive, especially a 14-year-old girl that was just dress shopping? Anyway.
And back out here live in North Hollywood, the chief told me he has not yet seen any of that police cam video. He has looked at some of the security footage. They have not released the identity to us of the suspect, that officer involved in the shooting, on paid administrative leave. And Amy, I also want to add that this investigation is being given to the California Attorney General because of a new state law that says any unarmed individual who dies by an officer's use of deadly force, that case will be given to them, not the county DA. Live here in North Hollywood, Jazz.
Like I said, this whole thing is very, very sad. And Mr. T did say something that is very, very true. Let me pull that up here really quick. The criminal swinging the bike lock could have been hitting things that may have sounded like a gunshot, right, from a distance. And yeah, I mean, you saw the hole in the window that he busted open with the bike lock. So the bike lock is massive, must have been massive. And if you swing it hard enough, it can make sounds that sound like gunshots, for sure. Absolutely. Especially when you're far, far away, and then all of a sudden you just hear a bap, bap, and then everyone's screaming. Yeah, you're automatically going to say, oh, gunshots. 911, easily. You know? So that's just something. Like I said, something to think about when it comes to all this. All right? Now, of course, we got to look at this body cam footage, or, a variation of the body cam footage, which we are going to get into here very, very shortly here. Give me 1 second, y'all. One second here, y'all. I mean, this whole thing is truly heartbreaking. And yes, there are multiple videos out here just showing pieces of the body cam footage and all that, which we're gonna be looking at here very shortly as well. It's just very, very sad how all this transpires. And sorry. Yeah, this man was out. Oh, man, some of this I can't really show, which really, really sucks. But this man was out. He was out here. He's out here, y'all. Trying to really hurt some people. And of course, I'm seeing bits and pieces. I've seen bits and pieces of it already. But this man was on a rampage for sure. It's really, really bad. I'm not gonna lie. So some of it I can't really show because of, there's guidelines here, and it is pretty graphic. So I'm gonna jump around with this body cam footage. But I think it's important for you guys to see. I mean, this guy is enraged for sure. It is pretty darn bad. But I'll show you this part though first, because he shows up. Here's this guy right here. Here is Lopez, 24 years old. He pulls up. He has a bike. He drops the bike off on the side. God knows what's going on. And you see that bike lock. And it's right there. It is. I mean, and now he's trying to hit the security cam. This man is clearly, he's crazed, right? But here so far, I see no gun. Just so you know. Still, no matter what he's done is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But he's only holding a bike lock. And yes, he's done some damage with that bike lock. Real talk. But let's get to the 911 call real quick.
Evacuate! Let's go! Everybody out! 420 with CHP with the transfer. Evacuate the building, everybody! Evacuate the building! What's the emergency? I had a hostile customer in my store attacking customers. Okay. 12121 Victory Way. Okay, ma'am, is it a male or female? Ma'am. He's breaking things. He's breaking things. Ma'am. Hello.
Noises like that will make somebody think. Noises like that will make somebody think that those are gunshots. Those are pretty loud.
I need you to listen to me so I can send some help. Yeah. Is it a male or a female? Male. What's the name of your store? Burlington. Where in the store is he? Attention customers, evacuate. Ma'am, I need you to answer my question so we can send the police. Okay. Where? On the second floor. Okay. Is he black? Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian? He's Hispanic. What color clothing is he wearing? He's wearing a white cap. Dude, hold the door. Colorful jacket. He's walking around the store looking for people. Okay. Does he have? Evacuate the building. Okay, ma'am. Hey! Ma'am, I need you to only answer the question so that way we can get an officer out there. What color pants is he wearing? Jeans. Okay. Does he have any weapons? Evacuate! Huh? Does he have any weapons? Get out! He's using his bike. He's using one of those bike locks to hit people. Evacuate! Get out! He's first receiving. Okay, ma'am. He's using a bike lock to hit people. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No knives or guns, correct? No knives or guns. Okay. I just need to make sure, ma'am. I have to ask. Okay. Is he under the influence of any alcohol or narcotics, as far as you know? Yeah. Most likely, yes. What's your name?
Oh no! See, this is the sad part. And this woman doesn't know anything. Do you see this? Oh snap! Oh no!
And your phone number?
Oh wow, he is straight up. Wow. Oh my God. There we go.
Okay. And is anyone hurt? Does anyone need an ambulance to get out there? Run. No one's hurt right now that I know of. All right, we'll have an officer. Where is he? We're gonna have an officer respond over as possible. Okay. If anything changes, anyone needs an ambulance, take out any other weapons, anything, give us a call back. Okay. Are you outside of the store now?
What the heck is he doing? Do you see this? I gotta skip through this. I'm sorry, guys. I can't show the rest of that. I can't. Wow. But as you see, this man is up to no good. Have mercy. So he's pantless right now. Wow. This man has no pants. He's literally running around with no pants on now. Because he's probably planning on doing more. Man. Hold on, guys.
Okay, the guy that has the gun. If he
There
black,
it is. I can't show that, but you get the general gist of that. Woman gets attacked.
Just occurred.
Oh man. Okay. I am so sorry, but this, as you can see, this woman is just bleeding out. Have mercy. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, let's get to the body cam footage. Okay. Obviously, this is a man dealing with something. But yeah, I can't show all of it. Unfortunately, I can't show all of that. I can't. But you see what's going on here. That's a damn shame. Hopefully that woman's okay. You could see that he was out here doing more, right? Trying to do more. He took his pants off, for crying out loud, and then started running off, trying to attack all these other women that were in there, right? By the way, it's like, I don't see any guys. I didn't see any dudes in there. Not one man, except for him. I didn't see any guys.
Hey, get distance. Hey, back up. Put them down. Put them down. Hey, slow down. Hey, slow down. Slow down. Let me take point with the rifle. Hey, back up. Get out. Hold on. He's going to two. You got it? You got it? Yeah. Okay. Word. He's hitting right on the right hand side.
Okay.
Hey, she's bleeding. She's bleeding.
Okay. So at this point, obviously, we now know this officer's male. And obviously, there is some heavy artillery that got brought in here. And of course, there's a lot of chaos going on right now because all they have is the information of this crazed man running around with a bike lock, beating the crap out of innocent women. Let's be real. And also, if you look at the body cam footage, it looks like he was up to no good. Like he had plans. He had plans today to do more than just beating people with bike locks. The man dropped trow, for crying out loud. Yeah, I said trow. He dropped his pantalones. Okay? This man was up to no good. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. This episode is probably going to be taken down here too because of the violence. But we're going to take a look at this last part. Okay? Okay. So you saw 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Did you notice? What was the dude doing? I'm just saying, yes, this man's a crazed lunatic, right? This man's crazed, and what he's doing is terrible. And a lot of people are in, it's a bad situation, right? And yes, we want to make sure that this guy gets away and like they get him away from the situation so that he doesn't hurt any more people. But rifle. 3 shots. And I'm going to roll it back one more time. But like I said, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what happened to the episode? Why is it not here? It's because the stuff that I'm talking about, I can't talk about these things without getting in serious trouble. Okay. Because I know that Caribbean Kool-Aid asked that yesterday on the yesterday's show. Unfortunately, I can't talk about these things like this. You know what I'm saying? Not on this platform. But if you notice, I'm rolling it back one more time. If you notice, let's roll it. Let's roll it back one more time. He rolls over. Now, I'm going to pause it again. Look. Does it look like the man's pointing a gun at this cop? Yes. Mika Miller. He's not even facing the cop here. Like, not at all. Hold on. I'll roll back just a tiny bit more because I need to see. I'm wondering if there was anything said to him. Was there any? Because we're seeing red. We're seeing all the chaos. You know what I mean? The adrenaline is pumping. But did he say anything to this guy? Hold on.
Hey, she's bleeding. She's bleeding.
She's bleeding. She's bleeding.
Hold up. I got her.
No words were said. No words were said to this man. I get it. He's a piece of trash. What he was doing is unbelievable, unthinkable, right? But no commands were said to this guy. Also, he wasn't pointing anything at the cop. Not one command was said. Thank you, guys. Not one command was said. He didn't say get down on the ground. He didn't say, nothing was said. And also on top of that, if he's looking, obviously, you know, you're going into a place blind. I'm just thinking on the side of the cop for a second. You're going in here blind. You're hearing that he possibly has a gun. He obviously has a deadly weapon because he's sitting there going and hitting some woman. This cop sees, they all see red, red, red. There's blood on the ground. She's bleeding. She's bleeding. So some serious ish went down. What is it, right? So you pull up to the situation and all you see is a guy with no pants on. God knows what he's computing, what this cop is computing. Jones, I guess everybody's saying his name is Jones. Officer Jones, we don't know what he's actually gathering when he sees Lopez. But he sees Lopez. And instead of him going, get down on the ground, you have a gang of other cops behind you, all suited and booted, ready to go too. Strapped up, ready to go. Ready to go. And yet you sit there and say nothing and fire 3 times into this man. Now, this stray bullet goes through that wall, this very wall, and kills a 14-year-old girl by the name of Valentina. Like I said, look at the situation. Reassess. Look back at the situation here. And I'm not sitting here saying that a bike lock ain't nothing. A bike lock is some serious stuff. You see this woman down here. There's some serious damage that he did to this woman. And he was obviously he was ready to do some bad, very, very bad stuff. He took his pants off. He was ready to go run around and act a damn fool. Real talk. But he did not have a gun. There was no words that were said to him of get down on the ground. Did every single bullet land into his body? That's the other question. Were they clean shots that just happened, like I said, go through? We read that article. It said the bullet went through him. No commands, no nothing. The man does not have a gun. He's not firing at this officer. Lopez isn't firing. He looks like he's just dodging. Like I said, I'm going to roll back for the nosebleed seats.
Hey, she's bleeding. She's bleeding.
Hold up. I got her.
Shots fired. Hey, take those hands. Turn around. Get on your fucking stomach. Get on your fucking stomach. Turn around.
You hear the screaming in the background, right? You hear the screaming in the background, right? I'm going to roll that back. Here we go. You hear the screaming in the background?
Hey, take those hands. Turn around. Get on your fucking stomach. Get on your fucking stomach. Turn around.
You hear that? That's the mom.
Get your hand down. Get your hand down. Hear that. Hear that. Here, I'll cover. Grab my two. Grab my two first. Hey, get all right. All right.
So it looks like in the slow-mo, all three shots got into his body. All three bullets went into his body. All three. And then one of them happened to get out through his body, go through the wall, and go and enter the chest of a 14-year-old girl. And you hear in the background, the woman screaming. The blood-curdling screams that are going on in the background are the mother. Most likely holding her daughter, desperate for some help. And all this little girl wanted to do was find a dress. So here's the thing. You know what? I got time. I'm going to open it up. Video chat. I got a question for you guys. Because I saw, shout out to my boy. Where is he at? Where did he go? Where did he go? Sidecar Tommy. Beautifully asked question. So I'm going to open it up to the fan. Okay? Whoa. Let me get my... Okay. So I pinned the question to the top of the chat. All right. Like I said, most likely this episode is going to be taken down right after the show, because of the violent nature and the graphic nature of the content. But question for you guys. Sidecar Tommy said it right down there. So, what are your thoughts? Is it reckless shooting or no? Is it reckless shooting or not? The video chat link is in at the top of the chat on YouTube. By all means, go ahead and click on it. Jump on in. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Some people are saying my commentary on this is trash. That's fine. Why? Why do you think my commentary is trash? Now, here's the thing. Most definitely, I think that dude should have been put down, right? He definitely should have been arrested, detained, all that stuff. But I keep thinking, was that the proper way to get it done? Does it always have to be gun related when you have somebody who doesn't have a gun? Mind you, what he's doing, he's up to no good. That man is up to no good. All right. And I'm happy that man was detained and arrested before he could do more damage. But when you have a casualty of an innocent bystander that is hiding out because they're terrified, thinking that they're out of harm's way, because of course the cops are going to do that thing and they're going to protect and serve. But when that bullet goes through a dressing room and kills a person, is that considered reckless or no? Now that we saw the footage, because, of course, when they first put out the information about this shooting, right, it was just a news article. And as soon as I read it, I was like, oh, man, watch it be all like this cop just was like brrr, like this, you know what I mean? Think he got a Tommy gun and he's just, you know, in an action movie, right? But now that you see the actual footage, 3 shots, and it looks like, from what I see, it looks like every single bullet goes into the assailant's body, right? And it just happens to be that one of them is an in and out shooting. You know what I mean? The bullet goes in his body and out, and then goes through the wall, killing this young girl, right? Is it reckless or not? So let's talk. Let's speak on it real quick. The link is up above. Click on it. Hop on. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And yes, Krista Phillips, you're absolutely right. If you agree or disagree, please keep us classy. That's all I ask. Please keep it classy. Roberta says no. I don't think it's reckless. It's just an unfortunate event. Cops are often trained. 2 shots, 1 shot, 1 shot. Interesting. Now, I think ish happens. And in this particular one, this is a very bad one. It's not great. Let's keep it straight funky. It's not great. This young girl dress shopping with her mother, thinking that she's out of harm's way, catches a bullet. It's terrible. My thing is are the bullets necessary? Kelly B, real quick before I bring up one of my panelists for today. Kelly B says, I think it's reckless. I don't hear the cops telling them anything. The cops aren't yelling first, saying they are going to shoot. You know, you're right. There is no verbal interaction with the assailant. None. Jones walks up, says, I see blood. Red, basically. Turns the corner, sees that the guy goes, oh, and trying to dodge, right? And then all of a sudden he just starts shooting, right? There were no given commands whatsoever. He didn't say, get down on the ground, so on a stop or I'll shoot. None of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got Tyler Hagner and Nat A in the house. How you guys doing?
Good morning, Pascal.
Good morning.
So,
Good morning.
I noticed something that watching that video.
Say that again, Nat.
I noticed something while we was watching that video.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak on it.
The officer's last name had to be Jones, because they kept saying, hold up. Then it said, Jones, hold up, before he shot.
I noticed that, yeah.
So we at least know the guy's last name.
Yeah.
And we also know that he is a person of color. We all know that. I also noticed that as well.
Right.
Now, my thing is, the question still remains, in my personal opinion, was it reckless or not?
I think it was, personally. I just think there was a lot of decisions that could have been made that were better than this, or at least could have resulted in a lot less harm being done. Yeah, it's just a very sad situation all around.
Right.
Yeah, and it looks like that the cop was ready to go in, guns blazing. You know, he was trying his damnedest to make sure he got the point. Well, let me get point with the rocket.
Yep.
Let me get point.
Yeah. Because he was
And he's rushing to get up there, and they're telling him to hold up. So yeah, it was in that sense, yes, it's reckless.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to all that, when you break it all the way down, all those things, yes. I most definitely think that it is a little, he he was raring to go. Like he was ready to go. And of course he's like, I got the bigger gun. Let me take point. I got the bigger gun. And then he shows up. He doesn't say anything to the guy. Not one word. And then he starts blasting. So you ain't wrong, Nat, eh?
No commands or anything. Like nothing
Right.
really said.
You didn't hear commands until after he was shot.
Yes.
Right.
Now, real quick, I got a
It's
super
already
chat.
too late.
Real quick, I got a super chat. Dory McNulty, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. She says, never been a cop, nor have I ever shot any firearm, but it seems these cops are more trigger happy than ever. RIP to this young girl. Yeah, I think it's this whole thing is a little eager, I feel sometimes. Yes, I think that sometimes when it comes to these types of moments of violence, it always seems like they resort to the gun quicker than they do resort to the taser. Let's just be real. You see what I'm saying?
He could have said taser and pulled out his pistol,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It happens,
Very reminiscent of the Kim Potter.
as we know.
But if you notice, it's interesting that anytime it's like now I'm not let me say this too, because Sidecar Tommy did say this. He was smashing people with a bike lock. It is armed. Yes, he was armed. Of course, he was dangerous, of course, yes. And yes, if he smashed this person's head enough times with it, it is a deadly weapon. But is it a deadly weapon that shoots out projectile pieces of lead into a body? No. Was it a knife? No. If he was going to hurt somebody, he has to swing that thing. He has to really swing. So when it comes to that, they couldn't have tackled him. Here it is. Maybe one guy might get hit with that one cop might get hit with that bike lock. One. If they all went after him knowing that he did not have a bullet, like a gun, or a sharp object in his hands, they could have been like, let's circle this around this dude and let's go after him. He can only hit us once. He can only hit one of us. You see what I'm saying? And then you take the guy down and you put him in handcuffs and call it a day. Tackle the mother lover.
But the thing is,
exactly.
The cops now they're so scared to take a lick. So, they try everything they can to make sure they could justify shooting somebody.
Yeah.
Unfortunately true, yeah.
Like I feel like there was no opportunity for that Jones, okay, the cop that was running point, the cop that was shooting. I don't think at any point that cop had time to assess what was going on, except for knowing that there was blood on the ground and that there's a woman trying to get away from this man who's obviously just crazed, right? But not enough to look at it and go, bike lock. I see it. You don't have a gun. He doesn't have a knife. It's a bike lock. Hold on. We can get this guy. We can get this dude without shooting anybody. I mean, obviously wishful thinking, maybe, I live in this fantasy world in my mind, you know what I'm saying, where everything's perfect, but at the same time, or that there are better choices, but a gun shooting him 3 times. I don't know. I feel like there's another way of taking this man down where everyone would be okay and no one would die. You see what I'm saying? And we wouldn't have a 14-year-old girl dead. We do have Aggro Vixen here. Hello, Aggro.
Hi. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying that these days I heard a lot about police brutality.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the better lack of judgments, like the police department has been just recruiting all those high school bullies and whatnot, and all those people are lack of social empathy. If a person were to have empathy like myself, every single action that we do, we will always overanalyze and second guess our action, and then that's it's what's wrong right now, because empathy people always like, what if I kill that person? But all this what I call it, Rambo cops wannabe. They don't have this emotional connection with people. They do not know how to de-escalate the situation. They only know how to escalate the situation. So from where I come from, we always were taught how to de-escalate the situation, because I was taught that a gun actually is very powerful in your hand if used wrongly. And I always bet. Sorry about my dog. I always forever hold it in my head what my my trainer taught me. Always treat your gun as if it was loaded, and never ever point it at anyone, regardless whether it is loaded or not. So I think that's my point of view, because we can always sit here and judge all the cops this, all the cops that, but we're not on the ground. I'm not saying I'm on the police side. I've seen a lot of bad cops here, so I'm over them already. I'm so over them. But like I'm saying, a lot of good people do not want to be cop, because we will feel sorry for everybody. It's just like businessmen. You have to be an a-hole, excuse my language, to be able to get ahead in life. So if you expect to have a good police department, they need a overhaul. They need retraining of their police officers to have more how you deal with situation. If you look at the Germans police training, you can see how they train their officers. They really rarely that they take very like the cops in US is very messy. The chain of command is very blurry sometimes. Sometimes this person shout from this area, that shout. Nobody takes command when at the scene. It's like everybody just charges at you. I'll be scared too if I see a bunch of policemen start charging at me for no reason or never give command or whatsoever. But that is it. But if we keep complaining and the police department is not doing anything and everybody, innocent people, keep dying. So, but all I'm saying that this is a series of unfortunate incident. That's all.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, Pascal.
No problem, Ner. I appreciate you saying what you said. We have Patty here too. Patty, what are your thoughts on this?
I noticed two things. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry. Good morning. Happy New Year.
That's okay. Yes, thank you. I noticed that the store has their own little I say little because it didn't seem like the store security guard
rent-a-cops
intervened. Yeah, that person ran. I 2020 vision. I'm looking back. We can't change nothing. We can learn and grow, I hope, for all involved. And my sympathy goes out to that mom. She's in my prayers, believe me.
Absolutely.
The grief on Christmas Day, the season. But if that store security guard could have made sure everybody was out, some kind of loudspeaker, evacuate the store.
I mean,
I heard that.
Don't they have an intercom?
Right, I did hear that in your video. But it didn't seem like people were really. Some people got on the escalator with him. That's the part I don't understand.
Yeah, I think the part that I'm still trying to wrap my mind around as well is that, they have an intercom.
Yes.
Zozo Bob says there was no loudspeakers, so maybe they don't physically have a loudspeaker, but I figured that they would have something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because usually at that time, especially during this time of year, everyone's shopping, everyone's doing their last minute shopping, and a lot of these places close at a certain time. So you're telling me that there's no loudspeaker to let people know, hey guys, it's 8:45 p.m. You only have 15 more minutes till we close this B. So hurry up, get your stuff and get in line because we closing up. We tired. Get the hell out of here.
Yes. Yes, Pascal. Let me just say one more thing. That store security guy could have set off a fire alarm. Pull the fire alarm.
You know what? That could have been it too. Well, rent-a-cops are rent-a-cops. I'm sorry. Maybe they don't know any better. But yes, those rent-a-cops, those security guys for hire, they could have done a whole lot more. They could have done more to the situation. Like they knew where that person. Okay, remember the part where the woman's going down the escalator, and I paused it because I was like, "Oh snap, that's a bad move." Why wasn't there anybody there to maybe try to stop anybody going down that escalator? If they knew where harm was, why were they not trying to corral patrons, customers away from where the man was instead of them just going evacuate? It's like, yo, he's in this area over here. Everyone use these exits over here. Everyone go this way. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of what I think when it comes to this. It seems like there was, and here's the thing, stores like this. Well, actually, before I go into their defense, stores like this should have protocol like this. Why?
Yes, in this day and age.
In this day and age, exactly, because we live in this time. We live in a crazy ass time where anything can happen. They should have this. Just like schools are doing it. They're getting ready for active shooter kind of scenario and protocol. They should be doing the same thing from grocery stores all the way to retail stores as well. You know what I mean? Nat, what are your thoughts?
Well, my second thought was about the gun. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Patty.
I just wanted to say I don't know a lot about guns as far as their velocity. Would a handgun have gone through him, the bullet?
That's a good question. I think depending on the distance, the range, and all that, maybe not as much. But I mean, he was with an AR-15. That was an AR-15 rifle.
Wow,
serious damage.
Wow.
You could do some serious damage from yards away. So
wow.
I don't know. Like I said, that's some serious heavy artillery to bring in to that situation. Now I get it.
Yes.
Like I'm not throwing cops all the way under the bus on this situation, and Nurse said it beautifully. It is a series of unfortunate events that all kind of came together. It was a perfect storm of effed upness,
of violence. Right? Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, man, he should not have played. I mean, like I said, here's the other part. They didn't know what was going on. I'm gonna be real. Cops showed up. They heard that there's possibly an active shooter. So, of course, they're coming in with the heavy artillery. They walk in. But once they assess the situation, I feel like that could have been like, hey, you see what I'm saying? Like, wait, back up. Okay, guys, come on in. He's unarmed. You know what I mean? He's just got something instead of bang, bang, bang. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, you never really know what's going on when you are in, when you are literally toe to toe with chaos. When you're toe to toe with chaos, man.
Do you think they saw that he had no weapon? No gun, I mean?
I don't think that cop, I feel like that cop saw something, but did not fully compute what it was and just started firing. That's what I think. That's what I literally think, because there was no words.
Yeah.
He didn't say any words to the dude. He just showed up. He saw blood on the
ground. No, drop the gun. No, drop the gun. Drop the gun. Drop the gun.
No,
drop the
gun.
None of that.
Drop the weapon. Get down. None of those things. None of those things were being said.
No commands.
He just started firing. So
no commands.
It was a knee-jerk reaction, right? With
could he have been stunned? Is that too far away to have used a stun gun?
Honestly, that might have been too far away. And I mean, and if you do try to shoot it like that, that's like a Hail Mary shot. That's a Hail Mary, just that far away down an aisle like that. Nah, that's a Hail Mary. That's a Hail Mary. If those tasers thingies get into his body from that far away, wow, I'd be like, that is like luck, full on luck, real talk. But Nat, real quick, what are your thoughts on this? On what Patty said?
The whole thing is really sad. Like you said, like everybody's saying, when something like that is going on, you really don't know what you're gonna do, how you're gonna react, because it's a panic situation. But at the same time, it's a whole lot that could have been done from the stores, the cops, everything. And like we say, 2020 is always better. Hindsight, um, it's just really sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, but the whole
But
scenario is bad.
but I felt like I was watching Call of Duty, when he first got out and he was going in and everything. Well, let me take point. Let me take point. It sounded like he was just ready to. He just wanted to fire that gun when it's all said and done. And I mean,
It's always the first
believe me,
resort.
I'm not trying to play down what the guy was doing, because some bike locks hurt. If you've been hit with a lock, them bad boys hurt. So,
Yeah.
I can understand, but at the same time, he could have just used a handgun.
Yeah.
So
I think so too. Nur,
Absolutely.
real quick, what do you think? Your
Uh,
thoughts, quick.
oh, sorry.
Okay. Oh, okay. So everybody, I do appreciate all y'all coming in and bringing in your 2 cents and all that. So Patty, Tyler, Nade, Nur, thank you all for being on. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, there's no easy answer on this one, right? There's a lot of just bad choices all at the same time. And yeah, I'm glad that they took this man down, but we unfortunately have somebody who is no longer here, and it's a 14-year-old girl, right?
that's the saddest part of the whole situation.
No doubt.
And he's alive. He's alive.
He's still alive. He's still alive. If I'm correct, he is still alive, this guy. Yeah. But I appreciate you guys all coming on. Have a great rest of your day.
Yeah. God bless you.
All right. Bye. So whoops. So the thing is it's a tough one, right? Because there's no real surefire answer to this whole thing. Let's be real. I do think it is a little reckless. I do understand the heightened nature of the situation, but I also do feel like when it comes to something like that, when it comes to a situation like that, we should be a little bit more prepared. We should be a little bit more ready to go, more prepared. And also, he did die? Hold up. From what I saw in that article, hold on. I'm gonna look this up. Hold on. I'm looking through this article. It just says that it was a stray bullet that went through him. Yes, he did die. You are correct. My bad. He did die. So he did pass. So 2 people were killed in this shooting. Okay. So yes, he did die. So to make that correct. Sorry about that mistake. But yes. So he did die. But 2 people died. One of them should still be here. One of them should still be alive. But I do think it is a thing of finding. I find it extremely necessary for us to look to our law enforcement and see what kind of training that they are having. But at the same time, you're here. You go in there, you see what's going on, you assess what's going on, you give out commands. No commands were here. None. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's nuts. It's a sad story, y'all. It is absolutely a sad story. Laura Estrada, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Again, because of ignorance and toxic masculinity culture in our police force, innocents will continue to get killed in the crossfire. I I hear you on what you're saying. I don't entirely agree with that, but at the same time, I think that there's a lack of training when there's a lack of training, I think. And I think there's also a lack of training when it comes to heightened situations. And I know that, like, how can you train somebody to be ready, ready at the helm of chaos, right? And be able to handle that kind of heightened tension, right? But that's something I feel like law enforcement needs to start looking into. They need to start training their men and women in blue a new way. I think that when it comes to the chaos, when you are put in chaos, we saw just a little bit ago with Kim Potter, found guilty. She was put into a situation, multiple situations, because she has a history of screwing the pooch when ish hits the fan. Now, is that on her and bad training? Or is it bad training and then she's thrown in there in chaos and she doesn't know what to do? I think it's a combination of both. I do. It has to do with both sides. The human that has to take in that training, know how to deal with it properly when you are in the ish, right? You got to have that person who has to know how to deal with those things. Be cool as a cucumber, right? Nothing but ice coursing through your veins when the situations get really, really hot. But I think that we have all these guys, a lot, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of men and women that are in the law enforcement that are just rearing to go for action, rearing to go to try, to shoot that AR-15 or to pull their gun out instead of their taser. I think that there needs to be a different approach in training. Now, do I have the answer for that? I don't. I really don't. I wish I did, though. I really wish I did. But I do think that there needs to be a little bit more, just a little bit more attention to detail when it comes to heightened moments of chaos. That's what I think. Anyway, guys, be sure to hit that like button down below. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. We're going to move on to our next story. And this is called the Delta Karen. Delta Karen. Yeah, this one's nuts. Okay. This one's definitely one for the books. Okay, we already know that we've been dealing with we've been hearing Karens for the past year plus. Okay. Shoot, I did a song about it, for crying out loud. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I really did do a song about Karens like last year or something like that. But anyway, back when I was able to do a little bit more on this show, and this Omarion wasn't running around like this like crazy. But anyway, I digress. So it says here, Delta Karen. Okay, so there's a video of this woman running around, acting the damn fool inside of a plane whilst it's 35 some odd thousand feet up in the air, smacking and punching and spitting on an 80-year-old man because she wants him to put his mask on. But what's really interesting is that this man was eating. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you something to the fam. How can you eat with your mask on? How are you able to put food into your mouth whilst mask is over thy muzzle? I'm just curious. Okay, so this woman is having a full-on fight with an old-ass man for no reason. Okay, so Delta Karen is revealed to be, and this is hilarious, a former Playboy model, Baywatch actress, and a Raiders cheerleader who now works as a realtor. So FBI arrested her for assault on a passenger who was 80 years old, who took his mask off to eat. And what's funny also, on top of that, she wasn't wearing her mask either. Yes. So she's screaming at this old man or this elderly gentleman. And while she is sitting there saying, put your mask up, her mask is down the entire damn time, y'all. So Delta passenger, her name is Patricia Cornwall, was arrested by the FBI on Thursday after getting into an altercation with a male passenger for not putting on his mask. Cornwall, 51, is former cheerleader with the Las Vegas Raiders. She also had a minor roles in Baywatch, and she was in Playboy. She works as a real estate agent in LA, but appeared to have relocated. I guess she used to be a real estate agent in LA, but she relocated to Florida in the recent months. The older male passenger had been eating at the time he was approached by an unmasked Cornwall and was told to mask up. The pair shouted expletives at each other, with Cornwall hitting, scratching, and spitting at him during the row. Cornwall was taken into custody when the plane reached Atlanta International Airport. An FBI source told Cornwall was due for initial hearing on Monday at the federal courthouse in Atlanta. I mean, this is the woman. This is Patricia Cornwall. And let's be real, y'all. I mean, they come in all shapes and sizes and races as well. These quote unquote Karens. They come in all types. Okay? There's male Karens out there too. There's black Karens too. Let's keep it straight funky. But you just never know where you're going to spot a Karen. You never know where you're going to have a Karen spotting. It's insane. And as we already know, there's been a lot of tension over the past year. Of people acting a damn fool in planes. In planes, outside of planes. We've already heard stories about people trying to jump out of planes while they are trying to take off. You remember those stories? Like one dude he ripped open the exit door and hopped off the wing on the runway. Like, I'm not kidding. It's real. It's real out here in these streets, yo. You know, it's really, really sad. But here it is. Cornwall, who was a former small-time actress going by the name of Patty Brenton and had a minor role on Baywatch, and she has recently moved to Florida. She also appeared in an episode of Married with Children in 1989 and was featured in Playboy Cheerleaders, the Cheerleaders edition, before becoming a Raiderette in the 1990s. So this is her. Patty Bretton. Patty Bretton. I guess this is the Playboy version, and then this is her on the field. Right? And this is her on Baywatch with her two-liner, I'm sure. Or her under 5. So she can get that SAG card, I'm sure. But let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the actual altercation. It is actually fascinating. I'm not gonna lie. It is fascinating. People got time today nowadays. Like, they want to. Everybody's in everybody's business, y'all. Everybody's always in it. Why are we all in each other's business? Why can't we? Especially on a plane. Like, the dude is eating. If the guy was like coughing like crazy, acting a damn fool, had a panties around his face, I could understand this woman walking over to him and being like, mask up, mask up. But this man was eating. Dude was eating, yo. And suddenly he is Constantly, he's getting scratched, punched, and spat in the face, which is not great when if you really think about it, because of, the COVID violations and stuff like that. You don't want to get sick. This Omarion, this B2K out here in these streets with nothing but the hits. One of the catchiest tunes out here in these streets. And you're spitting in this man's face whilst telling him to mask up because you're concerned about catching that vid. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let's take a look at this video, okay?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You're
Who invited you to come
I'm eating, and I can
drink your up? Don't you dare talk to me like that.
God damn it.
You stand your stand up. Stand your up. Stand your up.
Sit down, Karen.
Karen?
You're a goddamn Karen.
No.
Sit down.
Sir.
Sit down, Karen.
Sit down, pussy.
Listen, no, you're the
Oh, no, you're the dick.
Do you want the police to meet you on the ground?
What about him?
Ask them now.
Mask up.
Put your
Mask up. Tell him.
You got your mess.
See, interesting. She's saying, and we're going to watch the rest of this, but isn't it interesting that she's saying mask up, mask up, mask up to this dude whilst she's not even wearing her damn mask? The man is eating. He's sitting there going, I'm eating. Leave me alone. He obviously calls her a Karen. Understandably, okay, because what she's doing, getting in his business, it ain't right. Now, here's the thing. If he wasn't wearing a mask and he wasn't eating, then I understand her turning to the guy and going, hey, just mask up, bruh. But still, no matter what, regardless, it does not need to be a huge scene, right? It's you go to the flight attendant. You hit the flight attendant button, bing, you have him come over. This man is not willing to wear his mask. And you make it their business, not the other way around, right? Sit your ass down and enjoy the rest of your flight. And hopefully you don't have a whole lot of turbulence. And I mean with the air, not between people, not altercation-wise. Welcome to our world, y'all. Everybody want to be in everybody's business.
Sir.
There it is.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail. As soon as we get in Atlanta, you're going to jail. Karen.
See, and then she spits in his face. Now, what good does that do? What good does that do? That doesn't help her situation. She just hit him first, which is assault. Then she does this again, which is assault. Like, it doesn't make her situation. This does not help her plea. It doesn't, y'all. This makes her look worse than ever. Yes, you're about to get thrown in jail. Wow.
Piece of pussy. Sit down, Karen.
Sit down, Karen. Sit down, Karen. Look, she punched me.
Put your mask on. Tell him to put his mask on. Put your mask on.
She scratched my face. I wanted to put
fucking mask on. Put your mask on.
Put yours on, bitch. You're going to jail. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You get the letter. You're going to jail.
So that's what happens. Is that a way of like trying to diffuse the situation by bringing up the drink cart, the drink trolley? Like real for real? That does that work? Does that work? He just shows up with the drink trolley. Like, you back there, enough back there. Now, sir, do you want some orange juice or some coffee? Like, is that what's going on here? How does that work? How does that work, y'all? Wow. By the way, I didn't know they had Starbucks on planes now. Like, bruh, they got Starbucks? Delta like flying high. Hell yeah.
I will put my mask on when you put your mask
World star.
Yeah, world star indeed. Now the thing is here it is, y'all. In no way, shape, or form does this look good for her at all. It doesn't look good for the guy either. Obviously, but he's obviously trying to protect himself, which he has every right to do. He's angry. All he's trying to do is eat his food, whatever food he has. You know how it is. They don't really serve food on planes no more. A lot of times you got to go to that Burger King that's after the TSA checkpoints and buy a $12 cheeseburger that you would usually buy for like $1 in real life, right? So I'm sure he's just trying to eat his burger, have his time, and get to his final destination in one piece. That's it all. That's all we want, right? That's all we want. If you're like me, who absolutely hates, loathes flying, okay? You just want to get there in one piece, right? Because, a bag of nuts ain't going to do nothing for you, especially if you're on a flight that's a long flight. This one's not a very long flight, but at the same time, right? Let's be real. You getting salted nuts or you're getting pretzels up in this piece, and some coffee, right? Coffee or some really nasty orange juice that's like nastier than hell. All complimentary, right? See, this is like, when it comes to this, let me say this. Never underestimate the power of alcohol when you are high up in the air, because you're going to do some stupid stuff. We've seen other stories like this before, y'all. We've seen other stories just like this before. Dude loses his mind, flying to Atlanta. Why is it always flying to Atlanta, though? But he was on a Frontier airline flight, and he was losing his damn mind. He lost his damn mind, right? Beating people up, going nuts, all that stuff. He didn't give two damns about anybody's safety. He assaulted a flight attendant and all that stuff, right? It was because most likely he was drunk or high on something. My assumption is Miss Cornwall here is drunk as hell or is high off of something. Because why would you go and make it your business? Why would you make it your business whether this man has his mask on or not? Especially when he's eating. Then, to add insult to injury, you decide to punch him in the face, spit in his face, and scratch his face just because you want to be an ass. And guess what it got you? Guess where it got you landed up in? Jail. Okay. Now, maybe she didn't know this guy was eating. Maybe she didn't know. Let's just throw that side of it. But here it is. Sometimes you just got to walk away from a situation because it never ends up going good. Period. When it started going off the rails right here, that's when she should have just walked away. And here's the other thing, too. Why aren't we having proper or better security on planes? Because altercations like this could easily be remedied if you had some dude or person, security, coming in and be like, yo, hey, could have stopped the whole situation. You got flight attendants that don't even know what they're doing as far as safety, as far as protection. Bro, let me tell you. If there was some person that showed up, real talk, showed up, and he or she was all about the business, this situation would have ended a lot quicker. Okay. Ma'am, I need you. Oh, okay. Put on your mask. And the story would have been done. Seriously. Sir, what's going on here? I'm just eating my food. Oh, girl, go sit down. Sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? Piece of cake. That's how it should have been. That's how it should have gone. But no, it did not. That's why I keep saying over and over and over again. I've talked about this before. When it comes to flights, a lot of people are not safe. Like, first off, hurling yourself into the air 35,000+ feet into the air, right, is already a dangerous experience, right? You're in a tin can in the air with a whole bunch of people. And there have been so many different attempts of people trying to open up emergency doors while the plane is 35,000 feet in the air, right? There have been so many stories of these things popping off over the past year. Literally. And yes, Pez, with nowhere to go. It is more. It is so much more serious right now for all airlines to start looking at this stuff a little bit more seriously and figuring out what ways can they establish dominance and establish control while you're 35,000 feet in the air with nowhere to go. I get it. Customer service is all important. Giving people the best flight experience they can ever have. But one part of that really great experience is knowing that you're going to be safe if bad things start happening on a plane. If there's an altercation that happens on the plane. There was another girl that got another flight attendant that got her teeth knocked out because somebody was refusing. Again, wow, surprise, it was over a mask. This girl was not wanting to wear a mask. So next thing you know, closed fist starts beating this girl, this flight attendant, in the face because she was refusing to wear a mask. Like I said, a lot of people's flight experiences are getting worse and worse and worse because people are starting to realize that there's no control in those planes anymore. I hate to say it, but airlines need to start taking that control back. They need to figure this whole thing out. They need to start figuring this out quickly before planes just start falling from the sky. I'm not kidding. You know what? Warebane CEO. Yeah, where's Wesley Snipes, man? Where's Wesley Snipes when you need him? We need that passenger 57 up in this piece. Always bet on black. You feel me? Where's he at? Where he at, though? They need all Wesley Snipes. Okay? All of them. Real talk. Because this is ridiculous. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Anyway. Well, there you guys have it. That is the show today. I want to say a big thank you to all y'all for being on today. You guys are really great. Thank you so much for being on. So real quick, first off, hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way up if you can. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. Please crush that subscribe button. Be really great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. But really quick, before you start to head off and sign off and everything, here it is. Over the next couple days, I will be on sporadically. Today was like the last real scheduled show. Over the next couple of days, up until New Year's Eve and all that stuff, I'm going to be kind of taking some time off, being with my family and all that stuff. And just taking some time to just get some rest. But there are still some stories that I still want to do, some true crime stories I want to talk about and all that. So you will probably see me pop up randomly throughout the week, throughout the rest of this week. So I just wanted to let you know. And if anything pops off, any new information comes out on any cases, any stories, trials, so on and so forth, verdicts that we're still waiting on, like the Ghislaine Maxwell verdict we're still waiting on. If those things pop off, you will see me here without a shadow of a doubt. I will be on here to talk about those things and go through them with y'all. Okay. But over the next couple days, I'm taking these days off for family. I will be doing some pop-ups, so be on the lookout for those pop-ups. It's not like I'm not going to be on here. I will be here. I'm just going to be not doing as many lives, okay, over the next couple days, okay? So if I don't see you in any of those lives or in any of these pop-ups that I have coming up, Happy New Year to all you, to every last one of y'all. This was one hell of a year. Most definitely one hell of a year. I'm ready to close this chapter of 2021 and go into 2022, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm ready for 2022 to be incredibly brilliant. And that's how I'm seeing it. I'm excited. I don't think you understand how excited I am about this new year, because this new year gives us new opportunities, new accomplishments, new goals to be reached and to achieve. And I can't wait. I really, really can't wait. You know, and I don't think we can make 2022 worse than 2021. We kind of started off with a bang, kind of, sort of, with a 6, if you know what I'm saying. You know, I'm ready for 2022 to kind of start off smoothly, nicely, calmly, cool, calm, and collected, and nothing but prosperity, blessings, and abundance of happiness. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. I'm sure you're going to see me. I promise. I've even thought about doing a year in review type of thing, just going over some of the big stories of the year of 2021. So you will see me, okay? It's not like you're not going to see me until the start of the new year. That's ridiculous. You're crazy. You're deranged. So just be on the lookout, and keep hitting that notification bell so you know that I am live, okay? All right. I'll see you guys soon. This is the Pascal Show. Happy New Year. Bye.
You're going to perform tonight. I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else so we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.